Now, Kevin Hart has been shucking and jiving, buck dancing, cooning and buffooning for quite some time. So, reading the title and seeing the thumbnail, you shouldn't be surprised that Kevin Hart will come out and defend Starbucks and saying this was an isolated incident with the management and Starbucks should have nothing to do with this. We shouldn't boycott Starbucks. Instead of promoting black-owned coffee and bagel businesses and stuff like that, instead of promoting black-owned businesses in Philadelphia, which there are plenty of, or alternatives to Starbucks, he says, no, let's not boycott Starbucks. Let's point the blame to that manager, right? So it shouldn't be a shock to you because he's been doing this for close to damn 10 years. He's way beyond making movies like Paper Soldiers and making movies like Soul Plane. He has now been initiated into the Hollywood pond system, right? The Hollywood pond system, money machine, where, because of the fact that where he's at today, he had to be initiated into the Hollywood power structure by being used as a pawn. So you got to A, cross-dress, right? B, affiliate yourself with white women, taking pictures with white women. For instance, like on the thumbnail that you guys see, where he took a picture in front of the Vibe magazine cover and they say white power, which, not a coincidence that that picture was from Vibe magazine, which is white owned, right? So, none of this should be surprising to you that he would come out and say this. Again, Kevin Hart has been buck dancing, shucking and jiving, cooning and buffooning for damn near 10 years. All right. So, with the incident, and this happened in his hometown of Philadelphia, where, as you guys haven't heard, I did my last video regarding the two African-American gentlemen who are actually real estate brokers were sitting at a Starbucks coffee doing absolutely nothing but being black. And the law enforcement was called in because they were trespassing. They got arrested. All right. And now social media has been going ablaze and starting up the hashtag, boycott Starbucks, which I've already, I don't eat at Starbucks at all. So I've already had in my mind that I was going to start, boycott Starbucks indefinitely anyway. So I'm not a Starbucks coffee drinker at all. But again, that's what happened in Philadelphia. And so Kevin Hart comes out and defends Starbucks by saying, no, this is an isolated incident. We shouldn't put the blame on Starbucks. We shouldn't boycott Starbucks. Right? You're taking the same narrative, again, when you take that narrative that a suspected white supremacist would say when they defend law enforcement by saying, well, that cop is a bad cop, but you can't blame the whole entire system of law enforcement by saying that cop is a rogue cop and everybody in law enforcement are bad. Just blame that cop. And it would be shocking, really, for even somebody to even say that. They would defend law enforcement to a T. Because law enforcement, specifically, they have a code. Whenever one of their suspected race soldiers are accused of killing an unarmed black woman, man, or child, law enforcement comes in and immediately gathers up funds, puts them aside for that said suspected race soldier, right? It garners up resources in the political realm, right? Just to make sure that the trial and financially things go the way they should go. They stay on code. And like I said, with black people collectively, black people, we don't have a code we follow. The only code that black people follow is the Coon Code. And that's what Kevin Hart's doing. He's been doing that for damn near 10 years. So Kevin Hart has been following the Coon Code for damn near 10 years and taking the exact narrative of a suspected white supremacist by saying, you can't say the whole system is messed up. Just blame that one individual person. That's like saying, you can't blame the whole system of the transatlantic slave trade. Just that one bad colonizer that came to Africa and took our ancestors, all right, over to the Atlantic Ocean into the New World, which is North America. Just blame that one bad colonizer, not the whole system. When you're initiated into the Hollywood pawn power structure, this is who you become. You sacrifice to make millions of dollars to become a buck dancing, shucking and jiving coon like Kevin Hart. That's what you are doing. That's the sacrifice you got to make. You're going to make those millions of dollars, you got to do that. Right? That's what you have to do. So, like I said, I'm not surprised by this. He has a pattern of doing this and you know, defending the dominant white society power structure. You know, I'm not surprised by that. I wouldn't be surprised that he has some kind of stake in Starbucks, some kind of tie or endorsement deal that, you know, with Starbucks. I wouldn't be surprised by that, you know, because Kevin Hart does have quite an extensive amount of endorsements. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know, whatsoever. So, all right, family. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on this Kevin Hart tweet that he talked about defending Starbucks and its terrible management. We shouldn't boycott Starbucks instead of promoting a black-owned business that is like a Starbucks. He just said, no, let's not blame the system. Let's just blame this one bad individual person that called the police on these two brothers that did nothing, right? So again, you shouldn't be surprised by that. So anyway, those are my quick thoughts on that, family. Leave your comments down below in the comment section. Until next time, family, Chauncey, a.k.a. the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.